Collocations? Sort of? Or definitely not?
I just read it once.
You read it once. Awesome. Great start. Okay, then let's go through some more examples before doing the exam. So we are going through this one. Verbs, no? We were checking yesterday. Collocations. Right here. And the last one we saw yesterday was believe, no? The difference between believe, which is a phrase, the normal verb, versus believe in, which is a phrasal verb. No? That was the last one we saw yesterday. And then we are going to check the next one, which is escape from. Okay? Very commonly associated with the connector with, escape off. Many people say escape off, and if you verify it on the dictionary, you will see that it is not escape off. Escape with E. Escape, oh my god. Tickets for Avatar, did you see that? Anyway, escape from, here it is. There are two ways, escape from something or escape something. As you can see, you can also say she managed to escape her captors. And the connector from becomes optional. That's a very interesting connector because when it's optional, you can either say it or not. Escape from as an optional connectors. Give me an example, Sophie.
Robbers used to escape from police.
Robbers, what's a robber? I mean, robber exists, but it's more common to call them thieves.
Okay, thieves. Thieves.
Thieves.
So thieves used to escape from the police.
Exactly. Escape from the police. And you can eliminate the connector from. And what would you say?
Thieves used to escape the police.
Exactly. Those are the two options. You see? Why the connector is optional? I have no idea. Hashtag English. Yeah. So you can either put it, remove it, but never use a different connector. Instead of, for example, off. You know? That's the one we have to use. What about this expression? Are you familiar with this expression? Is anyone familiar with this expression? Now that Connie is here and it is here. Oh no, really? Okay. That's going to count as a new word. Oops. Here. Help me, Connie.
To make yourself free of somebody, something that is annoying you or that you do do not want to throw something away. Try to get rid of your visitors before I get there. The problem is getting rid of nuclear waste. I can't get rid of his headache. We got rid of we got rid of all the old furniture.
What do you understand with it? Let's get rid of.
That you can put away something that is not comfortable for you.
That is not comfortable. No, it's
You
not
don't
about not
want.
comfortable. More like that. You don't want. Let's say, for example, that you have you buy a new phone. What do you do with the last one?
Okay.
You know,
Okay, got it.
you get rid of it.
Mm-hmm.
This particular word is considered in this dictionary. This is considered an idiomatic expression. I am surprised to see it as as an idiomatic expression because it's very common to use it when you don't need anything else. Let's say, yeah, you buy a new phone, you get rid of the last one. You clean your bedroom, you get rid of the old stuff. You see what I mean?
Yes. Okay.
That's to get rid of things. What's the collocation here?
What do you mean with the collocation?
What's the connector
Oh,
that we need to use
of.
every time? Exactly. Of. So I want you guys to imagine that you don't need something and make an example. So let's go with it. It, tell me something you need to get rid of.
I get, I don't know. I don't know. My mom. I don't know. Get rid of the problems in her job.
Good. Are you talking in present, past, every day, future? What is
Every
it?
day.
Every day. So I get, you get, and she?
Yes. My mom gets rid of her problems in her jobs. Or the
That is
problem
correct.
job.
Excellent. Excellent, excellent. That is correct. She gets rid of her problems at her job, I would say. At. Perfect. There you have it. Right? This one is a little bit, let's consider it new vocabulary because this is pretty B2. Very common in English, eh? Very, very, very common. Next one. Let's go to the word help. Check these collocations. With the word help, we have the connector with or the connector in. Okay? I want you to inspect these two examples and tell me the difference that you see. Help with something. He always helps with the housework. help in doing something. Following these steps will help in protecting our environment. What do you notice? What difference do you notice here?
That maybe with is used to is used for a specific thing or person. In is for something general.
No, because if you say specific or general, it depends on the article, not on this. Now, it's super important that you check the difference between something and somebody. Because if you see here, help with something, then it cannot be a person. You see what I mean? So it's exclusively things. Help with something. But now, what's the difference? Look at the reference here. What do you see here? Yes, ma'am.
That maybe help with is something that you do. I don't know how to explain it. Like something specific that you do with your hands.
All right.
Or that is. They says he always helps with the housework. So, well, but it's the same as Sophie said. Something specific.
It's something specific.
No, I don't know.
Okay, don't ignore this word. You're ignoring the ing word. In this case, that is not a verb. This is an activity. Ing verbs can be used as nouns. So when you use the collocation help in, or when you need help with an activity, cleaning the bathroom, washing the dishes, cooking dinner, you need the connector in. You see what I mean? And if you mention a thing, a normal noun, for example, let's say the laundry, the housework, the chores, then you need connector with. Did you get it? Yes? Do you see the difference? Okay. Help with something versus help in doing. Those are the two things. Let me take a note right here. With something or in doing something. This second reference is very important. Don't ignore this part of the reference. Here you have all the answer that you have here. So help me with an example, Sophie. Example with help in.
Me?
Yes.
Sorry, I didn't hear you. Within.
Yes.
Mm. Mm. Yesterday I helped in making some Christmas stuff
Nice.
for my son.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Help
How do
who?
you say adorno?
Decoration.
Huh?
Decoration.
Decoration. Okay.
Uh-huh.
I helped in making Christmas decoration.
Very good. You helped in helping in making Christmas decorations. Very, very good. That's a very interesting thing. When you mention, in this case, it's not relevant to mention who did you help, no? But you can also use the connector too, right? This is the same structure we saw when I taught you causatives. Remember causatives? These verbs that need a specific structure. The person help another person do. Right? Here you don't need any connector. That dog helps me cross the street. And in the dictionary we can see that the connector to is in parentheses. That's because it's optional and it's more common to use only the simple verb. So there are three. The verb help is very tricky, guys, because yes, you can think that help is technically an easy word. Help is A1. But what happens if you make a combination with something, with an ing, or with a simple verb? You see? So it's memorize this. Help with something, help in doing, and help to do. Those are the three variations with help, or collocations with help.
So just to see if I understood, if I'm going to use a verb ending with ing, I have to use help in.
Uh-huh.
Okay. And if it is just a verb in simple form or in past, help to.
Excellent. Without any connector.
Okay.
Yeah, it's tricky, no? But
Yes.
that's exactly the point. Very good. Questions with this one? Cool. Very good. Let me check the verb matter. If it's B2, we check it. If it's not, we go through the next one. Verb. Easy. Oh, okay. Okay. Matter. Matter as a verb. You are familiar with the expression, it doesn't matter. Right? Well, technically, this expression exists because matter is a verb that means to be important. Okay? Many people commit a lot of mistakes with matter because we think of the adjective important, very similar to what happens to the verb agree. When we say agree, the common mistake is that many people say, I am agree. No? So with matter they associate it with important, and many people commit the mistake to say it is not matter or I am not matter, because we are thinking in an adjective. That's incorrect. Matter is a verb, and you need to conjugate it with auxiliaries for verbs. Don't, doesn't, will not, cannot, etc. Okay? What happens if you need to connect the person that doesn't consider this important? For example, let's say that my teacher doesn't consider important fluency. My teacher doesn't consider important fluency. For my teacher, fluency is not important. How would you say that using matter? According to the location, you need to the connector to. Look at the example. The children matter more to her than anything else in the world. So try to reveal the sentence. I repeat, for my teacher, fluency is not important. How would you rephrase it with matter?
The teacher doesn't matter to fluency.
The teacher doesn't matter to fluency, switch. Because here, look at what the connector to is connecting.
Okay. Fluency doesn't matter to the teacher.
Exactly. Yes, Connie. Very good. Fluency doesn't matter to the teacher. The common mistake here is that many students use the connector for. This is not important for me. That's incorrect. And I committed the mistake seconds ago on purpose because I didn't want to give you the answer. But when you use the word important, also you need to use the connector to. This is not important to me. You see? So, connector to somebody. Give me an example. Connie.
The father, mother, more about mother, more to his job than his family.
Okay. Well, okay, kinda. Because again, you are connecting the something.
Mm.
But you need to switch. The connector to is to connect the person.
The family, no, the job matter more to the father than his family.
Excellent. That sounds better. Now, I matter, you matter, and the job
Matters.
matters. He should.
Okay. The job matters more to the father than his family.
Exactly. That is correct. The job matters more to the father than his family. What a specific example. What, is everything okay, Connie?
It's the first example that come to my head about parents.
I know. That's great. Matter to somebody. Very good. And that's it. Then I don't know. Probably this is considered also a collocation. It's matter to me what or who or which, etc. Because it's very common to use connectors like that. It doesn't matter to me what you do. You see? Relative connectors are also very commonly used. I don't know if they are considered collocations, but definitely if you are going to say who doesn't consider this important, you need to think in English and put the problem first, connector two, and then the person. Because if you think in Spanish, you are going to put the person first. Okay? If you say my father doesn't matter, you are saying that your father is not important. Right? When you say his problems don't matter, okay. Then the problems are not important to my father. Got it? Let's go through the next one. Object, but as a verb. B2, perfect. This is new vocabulary too. What is to object? Give me the definition. It's
to say that you disagree with or oppose something. If nobody objects, we'll postpone the meeting till next week. Object to somebody or something. Members of the council strongly objected to plans to sell off the land.
so what is object? It's
When you don't want something,
when you
and
don't
you
want
are,
something.
yes, and you say it. When you want the open, yes.
You don't want something, you say it, you express it out loud. So precisely you say, this is like a formal way to say reject, probably. Right? And we say somebody, if you reject a person, you object to somebody. Right? And similar to the word that we saw before, help, no, I think it was escape. The connector is optional. Look at this. Object to the building, object to being, cool object to people. No, it's not optional. Connector is necessary. It can be object to somebody, object to something, or object to doing. Okay, so take a note on this one, guys. Object to somebody, object to something, or object to doing. Give me an example. Fed.
My classmates wanted to no. Yes, my classmates wanted the class begin at 7 a.m. So I object because I want to wake up
Later.
Later.
Perfect. Are you speaking in past, in present, in future, or what time?
In past. So my classmates wanted the class to begin or began.
To begin, because it's connected to.
My classmates wanted the class to begin at 7 a.m. So I object.
Object is present.
I don't know the past object.
Regular verb.
Objected.
So objected.
So I objected because I wanted to wake up later.
Exactly. Okay, you objected, but you are not using the collocation. I mean, your sentence is correct, but you are using it object
Object to.
before the comma.
Okay.
Try to rephrase the same sentence, but just
Okay.
collocate it.
I objected to my classmates because they wanted the class begin at 7 a.m.
Perfect. Very good. I objected to my classmates. I objected to my classmate. That sounds like you rejected the classmates, not the proposition.
Or I objected to the class beginning at 7 a.m.
Excellent. Much better. Much better. Now you
So
are
I
objecting the class.
I objected to the class beginning at 7 a.m. because I wanted to wake up later.
Perfect. Beginning, eh?
Mm-hmm.
Beginning. We are in this collocation in this moment. Object to somebody doing something, or object to something doing something. I would say this is the last
they
one.
want to beginning the class. Okay.
Beginning. Very good example. There you have it. In order to continue with the next part, guys, we are going to just view in a more superficial way the last 5. Okay? These collocations here. The last 5 I have here: pay for, pray for, plan on, remind of, and suffer from. When you say pay for, you pay for something, pray for something or someone. You plan on something. No, you plan on doing something. You remind of something. And you suffer from something. That is normally an illness, a medical problem, etc. Okay, those are the final collocations that I think, now that you notice in the dictionary the differences of connectors according to what you are saying, because sometimes you connect a person, sometimes you connect an action, sometimes you connect a thing, and the connector changes. Now you understand what is the purpose of these connectors. And now that you understand this, you can understand the next part. Look at the following list of collocations. Noun plus preposition. Please read the first part, Connie. Help me with the first part.
In these combinations, the most commonly used prepositions which follow certain nouns are about, for, of, and to. In this combination, the examples of nouns which precede this preposition in sentences are anxiety, story, plus about, plus reputation, responsibility, reason, regret, talent, plus force. Advantage, disadvantage, fear, habit, knowledge, process, plus of, plus addiction, dedication, devotion, reaction, plus to.
Exactly. In this case, the 3 systemic points is something, and a disadvantage of something, fear of something, things like that. And then addiction to, again with something. That sounds more complete. A repetition for something, talent for something, etc. Anxiety and story about something. And that's it. You see, these nouns, anxiety, story, reputation, etc., these are examples of words that you need to memorize by collocation, by the way they sound, right? And you have examples in the next slide. Right here, I'm going to put it in a little black so it can go better. You can see the examples. Example number 1, they are trying to manage their anxiety about the presentation. Anxiety about. Not anxiety for, no anxiety of. You see, it's necessary to use a connector about. But then you go for the next one and it's a little bit confusing because now we have, for example, responsibility and you need to use a connector for. Right? So this particular slide is very tricky because we are going to think in the Spanish connector always, the easy translation, and that is not common, right? Some people use the word towards, anxiety towards, but let me check if you can use towards. About or over. But only. Anxiety for. The people's anxiety for the war to end. Interesting. A strong feeling of wanting to do something or wanting something to happen. So the connector can change the meaning a little. Anxiety for. Let's take a note, no? Anxiety for. Something to happen versus anxiety over. Okay, do you understand the difference? Are you confused? You look very confused. Tell me, what's the question? No?
Anxiety to do something is because someone is going to do an activity.
Someone is wanting to
To do
the
an
action.
activity.
This is the most important part.
And for something, it could be anything.
For something to happen.
Okay.
Let's say that when you use to do and for, there is an expectation. Right? But when you use over and about, there is no expectation. You are nervous.
Okay.
That's the difference. Let me take a note about that. About or over. Okay, while I take the note, Jessie will take attendance, okay? So attention to Jessie.
Hi, good morning, thank you. So is he Connie?
Good morning.
Good morning, Connie. Thank you. It's it? Hi, yes, good morning. Hi, good
Hallelujah.
morning, thank you. Jesus.
Jesus, absent.
All right. Alex.
Absent too.
Okay. Per.
Here, Jesse, good morning.
Hi, Per. Thank you. Good morning. Sophie.
Good morning, Judy.
Good morning, sir. Thank you. And Isra.
Absent.
All right. So, somebody else?
Anyone.
All right.
Ready.
Thank you, everyone. Have a good day.
Thank you. Guys, question. Do you see subtitles?
Nope.
No, right?
No.
I have
Notes.
a...
In my iPad, it's a note that I have to.
About transcriptions, no?
Yeah.
I cannot remove it. I don't know why. Because I also see a note here that one of you activated the transcription.
Maybe it's me.
Maybe what?
Maybe it's me. No, I don't know.
No.
I closed the window.
I also have that note.
Yeah, right?
Mm-hmm.
But you don't, like, nothing appears underneath.
Nope.
No. Only the note.
Weird. Yeah, because I don't want subtitles. That removes all the interesting thing about the class. But anyway, that's it. Perfect. So I think the one that is like more specific is the word anxiety, because the rest, reputation, responsibility, reason, regret, talent, all of them are straightforward with for, of, and to. The only thing that you need is to memorize these examples. Okay? So let's do some of them. Give me an example, Sophie, with the word devotion.
Devotion.
Devotion, yes.
It, well, I don't know if the meaning is similar to the one in Spanish, devotion.
Devotion is the word, is to show respect in obedience to something or someone.
Okay, like a god or something.
Exactly.
Okay, devotion. Mm. Mm, People. Oh, yeah. My grandmothers
Oh,
have high devotion to God.
that's it. Straightforward, exactly. Very good. A high devotion to God. Okay, I like it. Give me, Connie, an example with disadvantage.
Disadvantage. Mm-mm-mm. Of something. Guys, it seems to me that there is a lot of disadvantage of um, of, of um, of giving a lot of money to the rich people, to giving more money to the rich people.
Okay. But now I don't understand the disadvantage. Can you repeat the question, the example?
Yes. I see a lot of disadvantage of giving more money to the rich people.
Oh, okay.
Something like that.
Okay. A lot of disadvantages, no? Plural. First.
Disadvantages.
And you are talking about giving money to people. I think you don't use a connector of with you using the ing. It sounds weird.
Okay.
Let me confirm.
Okay.
Disadvantage to cause problems women. Many people will be greatly disadvantaged by the new tax. Yes, there is no collocation indicated, which means that when you are using an ing, you need a normal connector. The connector that you would use in this case would be a lot of disadvantages in doing, not of.
Okay. A lot of disadvantage in giving more money to the rich people.
Uh-huh. Exactly.
Okay.
So technically, if you want to use the connector of, you need to use something like the reason why the person has the disadvantage, or what disadvantage in particular the person has. Being more specific.
Okay. Maybe I can change my example. I see a lot of disadvantage of uh, mm, of the what is this of the technology that Facebook is
Perfect. Is created or creating?
creating.
Uh-huh. Yeah, again.
I,
There
s-
is.
I see a lot of disadvantages
Uh-huh.
of the technology that Facebook is
Much
creating.
better. Oh, wait, I see a lot of disadvantages again in. Yes, no. Because you are talking about the disadvantage per se, but you are not saying what disadvantage.
Mm, I forgot the name of this technology that they are creating.
The technology, the metaverse.
Oh, I see a lot of disadvantage of metaverse.
Uh-huh. In metaverse. Uh-huh.
Metaverse.
Exactly. No. What I mean is that if you use the connector of, you need to speak about the specific disadvantage that you see. Let's see, for example, a guy that has a guy with low economic resources. He has the disadvantage of poverty.
Mm,
Poverty is his disadvantage.
okay. Then
What disadvantages are there in the metaverse?
um disadvantage of mm, not connecting with people.
Excellent. Good. That's an example.
Okay.
Very good. A disadvantage of not connecting with people.
Yes.
Perfect. That's an excellent view. Probably Facebook is going to destroy our page now. But hey, that was a great example. Perfect. That's it. It's give me an example with. Reputation.
My teacher has a
Why me?
reputation for be a good man. I don't know.
Be. When you use a connector, you cannot use a verb in simple form.
For
How do you
being
use it? Exactly.
for being a good man.
Exactly. Men is plural. Only one?
Man.
Man. Exactly. Again.
My teacher. What? My teacher has a reputation. No, no. Yes. Oh my God.
Try again. Try again. You can. You can.
My
I believe in
teacher.
you.
My teacher's reputation.
Huh. No, but you said a different thing, no?
Yes, I don't remember.
Try to remember. Try to remember.
My teacher has a good reputation for being a good man.
Sounds perfect. Excellent. Excellent, excellent. That is example. Very good. Now you get it, guys. I think that is enough with the nouns. Now you can see that nouns also take specific connectors that you need to have in mind. The last one that we are going to do is adjectives. We covered verbs now. We covered nouns. And now we are going to cover adjectives. Let's talk about them right now. Adjectives behave like this too. You see? They also take specific connectors that you have indicated in the column at the right. Connectors like at, of, with, in, for, and to. And in these columns, you have practically easy vocabulary, you know? There's no issue on what we have here. We have words like surprised, angry, good, terrible. I think we spoke about this on Monday, but we didn't do a lot of examples. So let's try to do some of them. Okay? In the text that you have here, you can see a lot of examples like that. It says, for example, I am surprised at how fast my students are learning. My mother is angry at me. Jamila is good at some writing, and he's terrible at math. Normally, when you are talking about talents and abilities, you use the connector at. Okay? With the connector of, we have proud of you, afraid of swimming, fond of the puppy. Are you familiar with the word fond? Yes? What can you tell me? What's fond?
When you're a big fan of something.
Very nice. Very, very nice. And I think this is B2 vocabulary. This is very, very for you. Perfect. Full of teenagers, satisfied with the customer, busy with a new project, fed up with my boyfriend's lies, associated with smoking. You see, connected with association. Disappointed in the behavior, skilled in physics, interested in classic English, involved in volunteer work. In the next one we have Brazil is known for, which is a passive voice description, known for its wonderful music. Chocolate and red wine are actually good for you, good for your heart. Looking at screens all day is bad for your eyesight. Playing memory games is excellent for improving. When you have like qualitative adjectives like good, bad, etc., you use for. And in the last one we have married to, an Australian woman, friendly to me, similar to the book, and rude to his father, to grandfather. Question. Anyone? I think that's pretty clear, isn't it? So, Connie, example with proud.
I don't know why, but oh, this is my signal. It's green right now. I practice a lot. Okay, I'm proud of you. I'm proud of my. I'm proud of my family.
You are proud of your family, and that's it.
Yes.
Easy as that. Excellent. Perfect. Fair. Example with known.
With known. She is known for being super happy always.
Good. Nice. Nice. Next. Sophie, example with fond.
I'm very fond of many things, but we say I'm very fond of the 1975 singer.
Okay. Yes, of course. Very nice. Fond of. I like it. Next, it's give me an example with excellent.
I don't know.
Try to.
My boss. My friend is excellent for being cute. I don't know.
Your boss is excellent for being cute.
My friend, my boss, no.
Okay. Very good. Excellent. And that's pretty much it, girls. Very good. These are adjectives. So take your screen if you want to. And the last screen that I need you to take is on the following slide, because on the following slide you will have your collocations, but all the information that we have seen. you have information here that says nouns and prepositions combinations are common collocations of nouns. And this is redundant. We use certain nouns only with specific prepositions, as we saw on the previous slides. We also have some prepositions belong to verbs, as we saw in the previous slides. And oh, by the way, there was a list that I really wanted to share with you, which is over here. Let me show you this new list. The words are very small, but let me show it to you. And now it looks better, right? Take a screenshot if you want to, so you can read all these examples that you can use and study them. So now we can do the writing and the speaking section, because now we already finished with all of this. Okay. Any question? Well, that's pretty much it. So in the last 20 minutes that we have left, I need you to consider the topic that you are going to do on the practice test. Okay? Have you screenshotted this one? Yes? Do you have a screenshot of the nutshell? Perfect. So taking that into consideration, we are going to open the exam. And I want you to think about the topic we are going to write about. It is 7 a.m. And here we go. The exam that we're going to do tomorrow will be precisely the last two parts. Speaking. Okay? It says over here, the following speaking section of the test will last approximately 20 minutes. To complete it, you will need a recording device that you can play back to listen to your responses. We are going to record you guys. Okay. During the test, you will answer 6 speaking questions. 2 of the questions ask about familiar topics. 4 questions ask about short conversations, lectures, and reading passages. You may take notes as you listen to the conversations and lectures. So you are going to hear some audios and then you are going to speak. Okay? The questions and the reading passages are printed here. These are the questions. Okay? All over the place. Have you explored the exam? Yeah, right? Well, some of you have, some of you haven't. That's excellent. You should answer all of the questions as completely as possible in the time allowed. So I'll play the audio, and at the end of these practice tests, you will find scripts for the audio tracks. Important points for the quiz questions. This is what we are going to do after we finish it. We are going to analyze the audio tracks. We're going to analyze your speech. We are going to analyze what are positive points and negative points for the exam. Okay. The writing section, though, it's also very important. It says here that this section measures your ability to use writing to communicate in an academic environment. Okay? For the first writing task, you will read a passage and listen to a lecture and then answer a question based on what you have read and heard. Okay, so you're going to hear something and then you're going to write about that, taking care of your collocations. Okay? For the second task, you will answer a question based on your own knowledge and experience. And then, after we finish, we're going to do the checkup. The writing should be from 150 to 225 words. Okay, which is partially a full page. Okay, I need you to write it in a separate Word document and then pass it to me. In your case, Connie, you are using the Drive, you can use the same file that you were using. Okay, and that's pretty much it. This is the one that we practiced, and we are going to be ready. The exam can be done in the full hour and 30 minutes tomorrow, so we will not have any problem with the time. How do you study and how do you prepare for a writing and a speaking test? Well, you practice it using collocations. So get ready, study your words, study your vocabulary, take yourself a chance to do it. And we start tomorrow. Okay? Perfect. Excellent job, my people. Excellent class. I will see you tomorrow for your tests. Have a very nice day. We finished for today.
Thank you. Have a good day.
Have a good
See you
one.
guys.
Sure.
Bye.
See you later.
Bye.